Hi, friends. Welcome to the Life of Brian. My name's Brian, and this is my life. As you could tell by the title of the video, there's one subject that I really wanted to talk about in this video, and that's Ozzy Osbourne. As I'm filming this today, July 22nd, 2025, is the day that the world found out that Ozzy Osbourne passed away. Just I guess that's 17 days, just a little over 2 weeks after his Back to the Beginning farewell to fans, his one final show with Black Sabbath that they did in Birmingham, England on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, it's what can be said about Ozzy that hasn't already been said. But really, this is basically my thoughts, my perspective, my views on Ozzy, the man and the musician. More so, really, again, selfishly for me, so I can see where I stood down the road. Months, years, even down the road, I can rewatch, and once time has gone by and music does its thing that it always does, just keeps on rolling, I can look back and see what I thought today and not have to try and remember what I thought, but I can actually have it here and you guys can be a part of it. I'd really like to hear y'all's thoughts too in the comments. I like to hear what Black Sabbath, what Ozzy Osbourne meant to you, what effect he had on your life, what his music, how did his music, pardon me, have to readjust, just what it's meant to you. And I kind of wanted to do that with some visual aids. So I was born in 1974, and I can't say that I really knew of Ozzy Osbourne or Black Sabbath for that matter back then, really at all. I was an early Kiss fan, so they kind of took my attention, and that's where my listening went. I was playing the 8-tracks and vinyl, and I guess it would be when I was a teenager and Ozzy was in his solo career, and I was still a big MTV person in the mid-'80s, and when I saw the video for Shot in the Dark off of The Ultimate Sin album. Shot in the Dark was, I don't know if it was the biggest hit, but it's the one that I knew, the biggest one that I knew of from that album. When I saw that video, when I heard that song and I heard his voice on that TV, excuse me, sorry. I was in from the get-go. And it's funny with Ozzy, I hear the same kind of thing as I hear with people that talk about different things, whether it's golf or name another musician or band, that you either love it or hate it. And as I grow older and I've shared my music interests with other people and I bring up Ozzy, it's that they're either with me or against me. Just like with Anakin Skywalker. Sorry, Star Wars nerd always comes out. So yeah, there was that dividing line. Like people like me liked Ozzy or didn't. And whatever it was, when I heard Shot in the Dark, I got it instantly. I was instantly hooked and have been ever since. And that Shot in the Dark song is still one of my, I wouldn't say it's my favorite song of his, but it's up there. It's in my, obviously I have the vinyl And I have the song in my Apple Music library that I have a subscription to that I probably listen to that more than vinyl because I'll play that in my car. So that was it. That was my introduction into Ozzy. And then from there, you know, it was, sorry, I have a stack of vinyl here that aren't in any particular order. I thought I had, no, I guess I don't. Of course, you know, you've got his Mama, I'm Coming Home, No More Tears with Zakk Wylde, and that time frame, that period is, I think, when I started diving a little bit deeper, when I went back to his earlier stuff, like his, I know I have it here. I'm really wanting to show something. Here we go. Blizzard of Oz. Sorry about the glare, but I still have the shrink on it. Man, there's only a handful of albums that I have, and by albums I mean vinyl, where as soon as you drop that needle, that first song is really a banger, to use youth terms. And for Blizzard of Oz, side one, song one, I don't know. It's really, I think the only thing that would have been any different is if they would have started with Crazy Train. But going from I Don't Know into Crazy Train, holy crap, man. That is pretty epic. Then, of course, you have Goodbye to Romance, because we know from Mama, I'm Coming Home. Of course, this is before that, but Ozzy can ballad. Ozzy can ballad. Mr. Crowley. Yeah, that's a big one for me. And of course, we also have, where is it? I know it's in here. Well, I don't have the actual album, but here's a bootleg live vinyl that I have of the Bark at the Moon tour. That one, man, I could talk about Ozzy and his albums and just his solo career for hours. I'm not going to, but I could. And I haven't even talked about Black Sabbath, which, I mean, yeah, they have a pretty extensive catalog, but I don't know, for me, for my money, that you have to go much farther than Paranoid. The title song, War Pigs, Iron Man, Electric Funeral, Fairies Wear Boots. I mean, that's... Paranoid's basically a greatest hits song, and it's an actual studio album. I say greatest hits song, greatest hits album. You know what I mean. And there's another album I have here, just as I'm doing this on the fly. I haven't even opened this one yet. It's Black Sabbath. Eternal Idol. Now, I know this isn't Ozzy, but I really don't think there'd be a Black Sabbath without Ozzy. The reason why I have this is because, as you can see behind me with my backdrop and all the Kiss posters, there's a Kiss tie-in to this album. And that is that Eric Singer, the latest, most current drummer for Kiss, is on that record. And I also have this. I found this at this is from a record store that's not far from where I work. Now, I think the cover art grabbed me, because of the colors, and I saw Rock and Roll Hall of Fame concerts. Well, side 2, song 1 is Iron Man, and it's Metallica with Ozzy. Iron Man, Iron Man's one of those songs, I think it depends on who you talk to. Probably like Stairway to Heaven with Zeppelin. There's some people that just love it and will always love it, and there's some people that are like, again. But Iron Man, to me, I like, because I don't know that I really paid attention to that song until, laugh all you want, Iron Man the Marvel movie came out in 2008. I think I knew Iron Man. I don't know that you can even really be a fan of music and not know of Iron Man, the song. Well, when the movie came out, and obviously the subsequent DVD and everything, and hearing that song in the movie really made me more of a fan of it. And like I said, you also have, I didn't even bring up Suicide Solution. The list goes on. I mean, this guy is, everything he touches, it turns to gold. And so we have, I know I'm sorry, I'm just rambling here. I'm spitballing. This is one of his later ones. Patient Number 9. Now this one I liked because I like the title song, Patient Number 9, because the guitarist on that song is featured is Jeff Beck, who we lost, I believe, a handful of years ago. 5, 6 years ago, 7, I don't know. Anyway, that song is awesome. It plays into Ozzy's inner demon mental side, if you're familiar with that song at all, and if you're not, it's really cool. And Jeff Beck's guitar stylings are really at the forefront in his solos, and just adding his dimensions to throughout the song, not even in just the solos. And I didn't put down any sort of words, not following any kind of script. I'm just going from my gut here and in my brain, and just kind of just having a discussion, just talking with y'all. And I'm hoping that you'll respond back, that you'll let me know what your feelings are, how you felt when you heard the news. And like I said at the beginning, what Ozzy's songs, what his musical legacy has meant to you. If there's a song that's your song, I've really grown. It's funny, since the Back to the Beginning, I did stream that, I watched it. I've really become a fan of Changes because of Youngblood and his version of it, and he released that on streaming services last Friday. So I have the Black Sabbath version from their album Volume 4, and I have Youngblood's version, and I've listened to both of them kind of back to back every day on my drive home from work, especially today. And really like that song a lot, and I'm kind of sad that I'm just now learning the greatness of it, because I can't even say that I've heard that song before now, and if I have, it didn't register. And I wish I'd had more longevity with that song, because I could see that I relate to that song. I think in a way every person can relate to that song. And I'm going through changes. We all go through changes in some form or other. And just peeling the curtain back a little bit for me, I've been divorced twice. So that going through changes, that resonates with me. So, and I think with me, with my experience in music, is there's got to be that connection. I've had it with Kiss. I mean, that's kind of blatantly obvious. But I've had it with Ozzy Osbourne too, and it's funny, he has that moniker Prince of Darkness, and the more you learn about Ozzy, the more that may be his stage persona, but he's almost the complete opposite off stage, behind the scenes. Kind of the way I see Gene Simmons also with his demon persona. Those are two of the most family-oriented men I've ever seen. Granted, I don't know them personally, but just what I've come to know and what I've learned about Ozzy and Gene is they are big teddy bears. They are family men. They love their families, wives, kids, grandchildren. Ozzy embodied all of that. And if you get a chance, get on here on YouTube and look up his biography. And I think it's, I don't know, is it A&E or whoever did those, but it's actually called Biography, and it's on him. And he's in it. He talks through basically the whole thing. Sharon does too. You get some clips from his kids, Jack and Kelly. I think even Amy talks a little bit. But anyway, it spans all of it from Sabbath on up to however long ago this was. Sometime within, I don't know if it's 2017, 19, somewhere in there. But you learn so much about that guy. Things that I learned about Mama, I'm Coming Home. For all these years, I thought that was about his mom or a mom. But that's not even the story at all. That's for Sharon. And I didn't know that until that biography video. It's when he checked himself into rehab, when he hit rock bottom. He wrote Mama, I'm Coming Home for Sharon as her prep for him. A new Ozzy is ready to come home and be with her, by her, and be her man again. Anyway, I could sit here and ramble on and on and on. Don't know that I have any more vinyls that I want to showcase that could spark any sort of recollection in me. No. I mean, that shot right there, I mean, that's kind of, that's Ozzy. He wanted nothing more than to entertain us, and he did so for 50 plus years in his musical career with Black Sabbath and his solo career. And I think just the legacy that he leaves behind, and the fact that he's got his own channel on Sirius XM that right now they're doing nothing but paying homage to him, as they should. I think if he's looking down on us right now, I think he's smiling and is just loving the mark that he's left on the world in a good way, despite what people want to think and what they may say about him. And everybody's entitled to their opinion. I choose to believe Ozzy is a good man that really lived up to his stage persona. And the fact that he sang Changes with Black Sabbath and then went through his own lifestyle changes, married to Sharon, is proof enough for me that yes, people can change and people can rewrite their stories. And I will carry that with me as long as I live, because Lord knows I've had to do that, and I'll probably have to do it again before my time comes and I leave this earth. So please let me know what you think about this. Let me know your memories, your stories, your songs, albums, whatever touches your heart about Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath. Let me know, and we can have a discussion in the comments about it. And we'll get back to some more uplifting things in the next video. But I really wanted to get this out and get this done so I could get thoughts out while I had them, and hopefully open up a conversation with you guys. Thank you for listening and watching, and I'll see you down the road. Happy hunting, y'all, and remember to have fun.